as people probably know by now, that Rich Piana passed away. To me, he's what helped start me into lifting, into all the shit that I have done, from training to everything. He direct messages his fans. He does everything that he possibly could have to help people, to motivate them, to push themselves. He's one person that will not bullshit you. You don't want to push yourself, he won't waste his time. And it's so incredible and so hard to find. He's definitely a one-of-a-kind man. There was no bullshit there. You wanted to know something, he said it. It didn't matter what it was about, personal, general, anything. He would not short anything. He would not bullshit you around. It's the easiest thing to do, just be honest. But most people won't. They'll lie. They'll try to tell you to do this, do that, and it won't work. But with him, his biggest thing was, if he's going to help motivate and to help guide people with what he was doing, he had to also be fit. So that had to be a lot of pressure, to be fit, to get big, to make all the videos on how to get big, how to do this, how to do that. And in one of his last interviews, he talked about how he was dropping his weight. And with dropping his weight, that also puts a lot of pressure on the heart. And as the girlfriend said, they thought he had a heart problem, all of that. So with mixing everything, it makes it a bit more difficult with lifting and everything else whenever it comes to the heart. Because, well, the heart is basically what controls everything. It's what pushes the blood. It's what helps your body. So it was definitely a lot of pressure. Even knowing his heart problems, all his conditions, all of that, he still pushed himself because he wanted to prove a point that you can do whatever you want to do. You can be as big as you want to be. You can get as toned as you want to tone. Back to one of his last interviews, he was talking about how he was cutting his weight. He wanted to get down to 240, 250, and do all that just because he wanted to prove a point to say that you can. You can do whatever you put your mind to. It's all about willpower. It's all about everything. And yeah, they found some white powder on his counter, blah, 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 bullshit, whatever. It all comes down to, especially his pre-workout. He snorted his pre-workout, which is pretty intense. It's pretty insane. I would imagine that shit would burn the fuck out of your nose. But he was always into crazy shit. He didn't do none of that bullshit. He didn't do nothing simple. He was living on the edge of life all the time. He was just living his life to the fullest. And that's what he was trying to tell people to do. It doesn't matter your money, your emotional state, whatever. You can always push yourself to do what you want to do. You just have to have the willpower to do it. It is sad to see him go. Mainly just because it's so hard to find somebody that won't bullshit you, that will be honest about everything that they do and everything that's happened in their life. And the biggest thing is he will not waste his time with you, and he doesn't want to waste your time. So his perspective is you always got to push yourself to the fullest. And he showed me that it's not all about 10 to 12 reps and sets and all that bullshit, working out for an hour, hour and a half at the gym. No, you got to push yourself. You got to do whatever you can and get yourself to where you want to be at the limit that you have. You want to make goals, and then you want to break those goals, and then you want to set higher goals, and then you want to break those goals. So basically you prove to yourself like anything's basically limitless. Once you break those highest goals that you have ever set to yourself to do, that you could never think you could possibly do, and you do it, everything becomes limitless. You become and think like you're unstoppable. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be. And well, that's what came down to it with him. thought he was unstoppable. He thought he was basically immortal. He was doing way too much of shit, and it got to him. After 20 years of doing steroids, there is no bullshit about it. He never hid it. It doesn't matter what he died about. He didn't hide it. He admitted to it. And he admitted the problems that comes with it. The addiction, all that. But he also taught many things about it. How to start it, the problems with it, the effects, the bullshit. With steroids, you gotta be careful. Like he said, it's all these young kids getting into the gyms and all that. In the old days, they would just use their protein powder. They'd go to the gym, work out. Now kids, as soon as they join the gym, it's all about steroids, steroids, steroids. And kids don't understand the complications of steroids. They don't understand the effects of steroids and what it can do. At a young age, it's not a good thing to do steroids. Why? Because if you don't have the money to put into steroids and you just stop, that causes a lot of complications, especially at a young person's life. Your body empties testosterone, it don't make it no more, you feel exhausted, you feel like shit all the time, no matter what. So you gotta keep doing your cycles, but you gotta understand that even with him, with how big he was, you gotta take breaks on your cycles. You can't just do steroids every damn day of the year. You just can't do it. You will end up dying. It's that simple. And a lot of people at a young age, they don't understand that. They don't understand what they're getting themselves into. And they just want to be big. They just want to be fit. They just want to do whatever it is the fastest. Steroids is not a miracle drug by any means. It doesn't get you big in a fucking week, a day, whatever. Steroids helps you regenerate everything. So how much you put in is how much you're going to get out, but faster. You got to understand that. You got to put in hard work. You got to control yourself. You got to make sure what you're doing, you need to do your research, whatever. Just don't listen to somebody that wants to get you on it and do all that shit, blah, 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 blah. Don't listen to that. Do what makes you feel comfortable. Get into the gym first, do all that shit, and then work yourself up to what you want to be. Like he said, you can only get so big being all natural. It don't matter how hard you try, how hard you work out, how much you work out. You can only get so big all natural. So a lot of these young kids, they understand that, so they just want to get on steroids right away and just get bigger than what they ever could before. But they need to understand the risks, the effects, and what will happen if you just stop doing them, especially if you don't have the money to continue doing them. If you don't have a post-cycle and all of that, all your work is going to turn into fat. And then that complicates people and puts them in emotional states, and then they get back on it, and then they still don't know what the hell they're doing, and then they do more to push themselves to get their body back in shape. And it can cause an overdose. An overdose is nothing to mess around with. It's not like heroin. They don't have fucking Narcan and all that shit to where they just shoot you up with it and you come back to life. No. It's just like taking sleeping pills. Like your body just shuts down and you basically it just feels like you're falling asleep. That's basically what it's like. And if you don't get to the hospital soon enough, yeah, shit's gonna go bad. Shit's gonna go bad quick. That's just the reality of life. Like you gotta understand the complications of what you're getting yourself into before you do it. It's not like just going out and buying fucking protein powder and just doing it and doing it. It's not like that whatsoever. You need to understand what you're getting yourself into. He has been very motivational, especially towards the attention. Any attention is good attention, no matter what. If somebody's hating, whatever. Somebody comments some bullshit, whatever. They took time out of their day just to comment on something, just to view something, just to say some bullshit. But also, whenever you want to get big, you want to get fit, you want to get a certain type of body that you want to get, a certain percentage of body fat down, you need to do it for yourself. That is the most important part, because Don't listen to peers. Don't listen to judges. Don't listen to all that bullshit for people that don't work out or people that don't even care about you. They just tell you what you should change or what they think you need to change. Don't listen to none of that bullshit. Listen to yourself. Listen to people that have experience. And don't get big. Don't get on steroids, all that shit, just to impress other people with a body. You need to be able to impress yourself. You got to be happy with the body that you want, not the body that other people want you to have. And that is the biggest thing. Like he said, isn't it? Everybody just needs to unite together. Stop hating on each other. Everybody just needs to work together and help push everyone to their motivational goals. Doesn't matter if somebody is fat trying to get on a treadmill, working out. There's no reason to make fun of him because he is trying. There's no reason to make fun of somebody working at fast food because at least they're trying. They're trying to make money. All money smells the same. It don't matter where it comes from. But you just need to stop trying to impress others. You just need to focus on yourself. Dress how you want to dress. Act how you want to act. Be yourself. Either people will accept you for it or they won't. Don't create no bullshit. Don't create nothing. Don't try to impress people. Just be yourself. If they can't accept you for that, then they don't need to be in your lives. It's just that simple. He was a very good man. A lot of people talk shit on him because he admitted to doing steroids. So what? What people in that competition don't do steroids? As he said, it's not cheating unless you're doing steroids in a competition that you get tested for. If you're in a class, weight class, whichever, and they don't test for steroids, then why does it matter if you do steroids? It does not matter. Everybody has that choice. If they want to get bigger quicker, or if they just want to get bigger than what they could be all natural, then let them. They're just trying to do it for themselves. Steroids is not like heroin. People don't get high from the shit. It gets you fit. It gets you where you want to be with your body. But the attention that kids get from it is also bad, with it all being in the news, the sports channels, TV, all that all these UFC fighters, NFL players, baseball players, all that shit, they all get caught with steroids. That's letting it be known to kids that the people that they look up to, oh, hey, they're on steroids, it helps them. I should be on steroids so I can get to where they're at and where I want to be. If kids didn't see all that shit, there'd be less younger kids on steroids. It's just that simple. Get the body you want. Don't get the body that everybody else wants. Do it for yourself. And the more people that hate on you, just use that for motivation. Use it to push yourself. Use it to prove them wrong. That's all that needs to be done. You can even do it all natural in the gym. It may take longer, but you don't have any of the bad effects. Doing it young, it's problematic. There's side effects to it. And these young kids, they don't understand it. They just see it in their eyes and look in their mind and think about it. And they're like, oh, I can get bigger, bigger, bigger. But no, it's not just that simple. It really, truly isn't. Yes, it can help you. It can help you get bigger, fitter, blah, 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 blah. But the point of it is you got to know the side effects. You got to know the problems before you get started. Because at a younger age, you do steroids, it can be problematic. Your body will stop producing testosterone. And whenever that happens, it makes it very hard to have sex. It takes your sex drive down, especially at a young age. That makes it pretty damn difficult. And if you want kids, then you got to understand that steroids can stop you from having kids. It can stop a lot of things in your life. And once you get off of steroids, especially on a cycle, it can raise all those problems. Especially whenever you get off of them, you get the roid rage that they call. Yes, you get very temperamental, you get very upset very quickly. You snap very quickly. The smallest things will set you off, and that can get you in a lot of trouble. It can break up relationships. It can end marriages. It causes a lot of problems. Everybody needs to understand that shit. That yes, it can help you, but it can also destroy you. He just wanted to prove people that anybody could do what they wanted. He just wanted to prove people wrong whenever it came to them saying, oh, this is too hard, this is taking too long, oh, this can't be done, I can't do this, I can't do that. And he would always try to prove people wrong so he could help others motivate themselves to show that yes, anything you put your mind to, you can do it. But it's all about hard work. What work you put in is what work you put out. If you ain't working hard enough, you ain't going to get the results. If you're working out too much, then that can also cause complications. But you have to be patient. You have to take your time. You can't give up. Most people will give up after a couple weeks after not seeing results. But you have to understand, working out all natural, even being on steroids, nothing comes quick. It all takes time. And you have to do it all correctly, especially in the gym. You have to do your forms correctly, your stances correctly, your curls correctly. Everything has to be done correctly. And you have to know what workouts, what exercise, what CrossFit stuff to do to target what area of the body you want to work on. It is nothing easy and it is nothing fast. It is faster on steroids, but it's not fast. It's not instant. It's not a miracle shit. He had to maintain his body for his image, for his fans, all of that, which he has said. He can't coach somebody on getting big or eating like this or doing this kind of competition or doing that and so on and him be out of shape. It just don't make sense. If you're in shape trying to give advice, somebody's going to listen to you more if you're in shape than out of shape. If you're out of shape and you're trying to give advice, less people will try to listen to you. It's just that simple. Just do what you feel comfortable with. Be happy with yourself. No matter if you're losing a pound, a half a pound, if you're trying to lose weight, just be happy that you're doing it. Just keep yourself motivated. Keep yourself pushed with high willpower. There is no simple techniques to this. If you want to do something, it takes time. But no matter what you're doing, it's all about hard work. You have to put hard work in to get hard results. You put little work in, you're going to get little results to no results. You have to push yourself to your limits. It doesn't matter. You don't stop working out when you start hurting. No, whenever you start hurting, that's whenever you push yourself harder and then you do more reps and you do more sets than that. A lot of people will just stop. Oh, my arms are hurting, my legs are hurting. Okay, it's time to go home. No, if you ain't hurting every single day you wake up, you ain't pushing yourself hard enough. And that's what he was trying to get through. And all these people want to hate on him and all that shit. It's all bullshit because he was always being honest. He was always being straightforward. There was no bullshit. There was no lies. There was no simple answers. No, it was always detailed shit. And he didn't give a fuck about what people thought of him. And that's what you guys need to do. You need to stop giving a fuck about what people think of you. And just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. That's all it takes. Block everybody else's opinions out. Fuck all that shit. He was an amazing, motivational person. And for that kid to say he deserved to die, that was some bullshit. And for Black Labs to still promote him, you guys should be dropped. You should not fucking be promoting somebody like that. It doesn't matter what he has done in his life. He has been open to everybody. He has apologized to everybody when he didn't need to. Like his girlfriend said, he was a grown-ass man and he didn't need to apologize to anybody, but he did because it showed that he was a real man. He apologized for everything that he's done in his past, and he has been completely open and honest about everything. So may him rest in peace, And please just push yourselves and motivate yourselves to your comfortability. Do not focus on yourself to change things on others' opinions. Do it for yourself. Make yourself happy. I hope this helps somebody. Have a good day.